Yo, what is up guys? So for today's video, we're gonna talk about the Finger Offensive Monk build in Ragnarok Origin Classic. And notice that there's not much content out there about this, and I barely see anyone or someone really going into it. So I figured out I just make one myself. This build is all about that big burst damage, so if you like seeing huge numbers popping up, you're definitely gonna enjoy this. We'll go over the basics first, like how the build works, what you should focus on, then we'll get into gears, enchants, feathers, armaments, basically everything you need to make your finger offensive monk hit as hard as possible. I'll keep it simple and straight to the point, especially if you are newbie and still figuring things out. Let's start with the stats. We'll be focusing on STR and Dex first, since both of these are really important for monks in a lot of ways. STR helps boost your damage, while Dex improves your hit and overall consistency. But since we have Divine Armament, these stats become even more valuable for maximizing your output. For my build, I just went max STR and max Dex, going max Dex, since those are really the stats that will boost your damage the most. You'll actually see the benefits clearly in the armament window. On the armament side, I'm using the tier set, Tier's Blessing, and for my weapon, it will be the Flash Dawn Fist. Let's start with the Flash Dawn Fist. Finger Offensive has a 70% chance to not consume Spirit Sphere. Finger Offensive deals 2% more damage per 10 points of dex you have. For Refine 6, Finger Offensive ignores 45% of the damage target speed F. Refine 10, it will be 15% more damage for your Finger Offensive. And for the 15, you'll get a 50% chance to deal 20% more damage. As you can see, Dex is super beneficial for the Finger Offensive build because it gives 2% more damage per 10 points of Dex you have. So this really stacks up and makes a difference in your overall damage output. Next, we've got Tier's Blessing. This is amazing for the build because it gives even more damage. As you can see, each point of STR grants 1 point of attack. So maxing X STR really make this armament shine. Aside from those, STR in general gives extra attack for monks, and Dex is also useful for additional hit and reducing casting time. So this will really help your skills more reliable, has damage, and also efficient in battle. Now let's jump into the skills. Let's talk about the first job skill. You don't actually need all of these skills to maximize the damage of your Finger Offensive. We'll just talk about those skills that will benefit Finger Offensive. So first of all, Demon Bane. If you are attacking undead or demon monsters, you'll get 50 extra base P attack. And when you are being attacked by demon or undead monsters, you'll get extra defense. And for the Blessing, it gives 10 STR, 10 Dex, and 10 Int. That's why I maxed it out. And for the increased Agi, it is actually good because it gives movement speed, 25% movement speed. And for the heal, Angelus and Kyrie Elyson, I just put points here so that I can move on the second tab. Usually you're putting 5 heal, 5 angelus, and 5 Kyrie Lyson to proceed with the second tab. So on the second tab, I put 5 points on Call Spirit. You'll be needing that in early game so that you can use Invasion. But at this point, I actually don't use it anymore because I'm using Zen. The most important here will be Iron Palm. Increases Knuckles weapon mastery and your P attack by 30. That is actually good to boost your damage. Spiritual Cadence to unlock Body Relock. And also it increases speed damage by 20%. Flee for additional survivability. Of course, on the final tab, Zen and Finger Offensive should be maxed because you cannot cast the Finger Offensive without Spear. You can see it launches up to 5 Spirit Spheres at a designated target, and each dealing 600% neutral P damage. So as you can see, you cannot cast the Finger Offensive without these spheres. As you can see, once the spheres are gone, my character is casting Zen. Talk about the auto skills. For my auto mode, it's Zen and Finger Offensive only, so that I can deal continuous damage. And now that we've gone over the skills for this Finger Offensive Monk build, let's jump into equips. On the equips, I'm using those armors and equipments that you can get from the Nightmare Temple. On the armament, you'll notice that there are refined levels. Okay, refine plus 6, Finger Offensive ignores damage. PDEF. These are the refined requirements to unlock that certain additional stat. Plus 6, P attack 2, and refine 10 will be P attack plus 3. So I don't have any plans going to plus 15 yet as of the moment, because we all know that the gold is very limited. So I'm just planning to have the armor to plus 10 so that I can get the additional P attack. And for the mantle, I'm planning to have it plus 10 as well, so that I can get the additional 2% P damage. For the boots, this is my least prio at the moment because it only gives max HP 3%. So for my perspective, you don't really have to max refine right now because it's still early in the game. If you do, that's fine too. But if you want an optimized version, here's what's been working best for me. Because let me just go out, show you my priority.
My career has just started, but I will become one of the best in this industry one day.
So as you can see, I'm focusing the feathers. So all of my golds are going straight to these. And aside from that, after I max out, or I can't buy any of these anymore, I'm actually focusing more a coin for additional enchant. I'm not really focusing on Iridicon and Aluminum because if you fail, you'll actually slow down your progression. And okay, so since we're done talking about the equipments and armaments,
My career has just
let's talk
started,
about
but
the
I will become
enchant.
one of the best in this industry one day.
For the enchant, I focused first on getting the melee boons. Melee boons giving P damage, 8% for level 3, and you can only get these on accessories and the weapon. As you can see, I'm actually
career has just
getting,
started, but
I'm
I will
trying to
become one
get
of the best in this industry one
additional
day.
melee boon here. So you can actually get level 4 right now. If you reach level 21, you can get additional damage from the melee boon up to 10%. So I'm trying to get that as of the moment, but I'm actually unlucky with the level 4. It's really
My career
hard
has just started,
and
but I will
it
become one of
costs
the
a
best
lot.
in this industry
It's
one
10
day.
right now. So I'm just doing it one by one, enchant once until I reach the PT. It's guaranteed to get a special affix after 48 times. I'm doing the PT. Hmm. Alright, and for all other gears, I'm getting superior P attack for the headwear, superior P attack for more P attack, PvE technique for more PvE damage bonus, PvE technique again for
My
the
career has just started,
armor,
but I will become one of the best in this industry one
PvE
day.
technique for the mouthwear. For the boots, I'm just boosting STR in this because I don't think that I really need anti-P damage, vitality boost, or PvE. I'm just boosting my damage. So this is like a glass cannon type of a finger offensive build. And for this one, I was actually trying to get the vitality boost just for additional HP. It's just level 1. And for the costume, I would like to get the PvE technique, but it's giving me superior P attack. But my priority here is actually PvE. For the enchantment on the backwear, I got what I need, the superior. But I want this to
My career has
reach
just
level
started,
2
but I will become one of the best
or
in this
level
industry
3.
one day.
I don't have Mora anymore. So as you can see, enchants are really important because they give your equipment extra bonuses, and that will really boost your damage as long as you get those right enchants. It will it will really give you the damage that you want. Let's try the damage here. A favorite MVP fight. Really satisfying to damage there. With those enchants that I got, this is the damage that I'm dealing to this MVP. So you should really focus on hands like the melee boon, PvE technique, superior P attack, so that you can get the damage that you want. So take note, these are percentage. Okay, so as long as you progress, your damage will also increase. So you don't have to worry. Once you got all these enchants, or if you got a better enchant than mine, it will be great. You'll be dealing a lot of damage. Okay, so now that we're done um talking about the enchants, let's talk about the feathers. So feathers are actually a key part of this finger offensive monk build because they give you extra damage, like increased damage for PvE, PvP. But for this time, we'll just be focusing on so for the Valkyrie duel, Valkyrie rune, and Valkyrie weapon, all those offensive feathers, I'm actually using Raven's Hour. How would you know if it's Raven's Hour? That's very easy. If you have four orange feathers, the background is orange, and one purple. So it will be Raven's Hour. This what it's like on the set bonus. So one purple and four yellow. So what I'm doing is I'm just balancing everything, because even if you max this one out, for example this Baylor, if you even if you max this and you just have tier 6 on the pace and time, you cannot really increase the tier. Let's add one Valor here. You can see the bonuses just went down. So I'm just balancing everything on my feathers. Look at the runes, it's tier 5. I'm planning to have it level 6. I'm stopping my progression here on duel. I'm balancing this one first. I'm doing I want this to be tier 6 and also this to be tier 6 before I proceed increasing the tier for Valkyrie, because we're still waiting for two more panels, two more statues. So I wanted everything to be balanced. And now for the for the defensive, I'm just using Raven's Plunder. So it's a combination of dark and light here. Any yellow feather here, yellow background feather here, and the three purple background feathers. As you can see, it gives peak damage reduction and peak damage bonus. Just following this pattern, just balancing everything out. You can see my Raven's Plunder are all in the same tier. This one's just 4 because I got additional feather last night doing the dimensional drill, but I will be dismantling this once I got the Valkyrie relic open and just do tier 3 again. So I'm just going to max out everything, like tier 3 everything, until I unlock all the statues. And then what I'm gonna do is I will be increasing the tier of each time after time. So since we're done talking about the feathers, let's talk about the medals. For the medals, I'm focusing on Medal of Bravery and Heroism. For Heroism, it gives speed damage. It actually gives a lot of damage for your finger offensive. And this is actually my least prio, because it only gives 4 P attack each level. So it's better just to get the percentage than the 4 points, 4 P attack. just a waste of the fame. So for the fame, you can only get it on Juperos and Catpo Caravan. So for this Medal of Wisdom, I don't need it. The damage reduction, I don't need it yet because there's actually cards to counter a certain mob or a boss. Damage reduction, I don't need it yet. And this is only for pets. Don't unlock, don't increase this Medal of Gratitude and Medal of Loyalty because those are only for pets. You can see P attack here. That's not for you, that's for your pet. So just focus on heroism and Medal of Bravery. And I think that's it for now. That's actually the full finger offensive monk build Ragnarok Origin Classic. That's the skills, features, enchants, feathers, and medals. If you follow this setup, you'll be hitting some seriously big numbers in PvE. And if you have any questions, just drop in the comment section. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want more monk builds and Ragnarok Origin tips coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.